Hello friends, this is Nishant and today we are going to learn about C++ programming. So what is C++ programming? So to understand that we will see that C++ is a programming language which is known as middle level programming language, and it is a superset of C programming language. And C++ runs on a variety of platforms like Windows, Mac, all the operating systems. You can run the C++ programming, and C++ programming is an object oriented programming language in which we will use class, object, polymorphism, all the concepts of OOPS concepts we will see in more detail in the later video. And syntax, if we will talk about the C++ syntax, then what would be the syntax? So first line will start with the hash include IO stream, and this is known as the header file, and the IO stands for input output stream, you can say. And the second line you will see that using namespace standard, STD stands for standards. So these two lines you have to use before writing the codes. And the third line you can see that it's the main function, and main functions means what, that your execution will be starting from here only. This is the starting point of your program, and whatever the code we have to write inside the curly braces, as you can see that. And to print anything you have to use cout and 2 times less than sign, and this less than sign is known as insertion operator in C++. And whatever we will write inside the double quote, as you can see that here, that hello world I have written inside the double quote, so this message will be displayed on the output screen. And again, insertion operator I have used, and then ENDL, and ENDL means end line, means to break the line you have to use the end line, and at last return 0, and to terminate this line we have to use the semicolon over here. So here this is the main function, and without this main function you cannot execute any single program. So how can we write the program? So now it's the time to do practically. So we have one software, that software name is Code Blocks, where we will write the code, and each and every line of code we will see that what would be the flow of execution and what would be the syntax of C++ programming. Each and everything we will see practically. So now directly we are flipping to the Code Blocks. So now we have come to on my code blocks, where we have to write the code, as you can see on my screen now. And this is the software known as Code Blocks, and this software is generally used to execute the program for the C programming and C++ programming. But here we are going to learn about the C++ programming. So how can we create a new project, and how can we write the code, and what would be the execution for the C++ programming? Each and everything we will see in details. So here we can see that there's options. We have create a new project, so we have to click over there. And now another options, we have console application, so need to select console application and click on go button. And here you can see one page, and here you just need to click on next. And here you can see that we have two options over here, C and C++. So we are learning C++. So here just click on the C++, select the C++, and click on next button. And here you can give any project name to your program. So I am giving demo C++. You can give any name to your program, and this is the location where you want to save this particular project. So I'm going to save this on desktop. You can change this location, and you can save anywhere in your system. So now I will click on the next button, then finish. So here you can see that it's a completely empty file, you can see that. And at the left side you can see that we have created one project name is demo cpp, and one sources you can see that, and just behind the sources you will find plus symbol over here. Just click on the plus symbol, and you will get main.cpp, that is inbuilt predefined. And once I double click over here, so you will get a sample code over here, as you can see on the screen. So now here this is a sample code for the C++ programming, and here as you can see that these two lines here, that is a hash include IO stream. IO stands for input output stream, and the second line is using namespace standard. So these are the header files for the C++ programming, and this is the main functions. This is known as the main function. So main function means what? That execution will be starting from here only. This is the starting point of your program. So whatever you have to write the code, we have to write inside this curly braces. We have to write the code. But one more thing you must know about that without main function you cannot write any program. Means main function is compulsory and it's completely inbuilt, and whatever the code we have to write inside this main functions only. And there's a functions we have used cout. So cout is again is inbuilt function, and it is used to display something. Suppose I need to display anything I need to print on the output screen, so we have to write inside the cout. So cout, and then we have to use the less than sign 2 times. We have to use it, and inside the double quote we have written hello world. You can write anything. So we are going to print this hello world on the output screen, and this is end line. End line means if you want to break the line, for that purpose we have to use that, but we'll talk this about later. So I will delete this, and this now we have a semicolon. So semicolon means it's a termination of this line, means we have just completed this line, so we have to give the semicolon. And at last we can see that return 0, because we have used integer as a return type of the main function, so it will return something, and here we have written 0 and then semicolon. So in this program our target is to print hello world on the output screen. So if you want to print anything on the output screen, you must write that particular code inside the double quote, but inside the cout function. So how can we execute this program? So this program has been done, but how can you run this program so you will get the output screen? So here already inbuilt there is a button over here. You can see that build and run, and once we will click on this build and run, so you will get one black output screen, as you can see that. And here it's showing that hello world, and but after this output, because our output was hello world, and we are getting the output hello world, but you can see that here we have got something written over there like process return 0. So why this message on the output screen? So it's because of return 0 on the coding part. You can see that. So because of this return 0, we are getting here return process return 0, and execution time is 0.014 second. It means what? That computer takes 0.014 seconds to execute this particular program. And at last line you can see that press any key to continue. It means what? That if you press any key, so this output screen will be disappear. So I will press enter, and you can see that that screen has been disappeared. So this is the way how can we write the program and how can we execute this program. But suppose I need to write something, one more line I need to add, like suppose I need to print something like to send, then we have to use the cout, and inside the double quote I think suppose I'm going to write like hi how are you. So now I need to print this one, and at last I need to use semicolon to break the line, to complete the line. So if I will execute this program, so you can see that hello world and hi how are you. So both the output we are getting in the same line, but I need both line in the next line. So how can we break the line? So to break the line we have to use like this. Suppose I need to print hello world in the first line and hi how are you I have to write in the second line. So to do so we have to use, after the double quote you have to use again 2 times less than sign and L. And L stands for end line. Its meaningful name means you have to break the line, so end line. And now if you will execute this program, so to run the program we have to click over here, and you can see that hello world in the first line and hi how are you written in the second line. So this is the way how can you break the line. But one more thing, one more way to do that. And what is that? So suppose I need one more break the line. So here I have used end line again in the second line, and if I will execute this program, so you can see that hello world and hi, how are you, but we have one line gap in between this. You can focus on my cursor so you can get better understand. So now suppose I need to break a line like this. I need to provide one line gap in between two lines like hello world, then we need a break of one line, and then I need to print hi, how are you. So how can we do that? So for that purpose we have to write here inside the double quote hello world, and then here I have to use \n. So again \n is again used to break the line. And now if I will execute this program, so you can see that here you will get one more line gap over here. Suppose I need one more line gap in between two lines, so how can we do that? So again I need to use \n over here, and if I will execute this program, so you can see that. So how many line gap do you want? So accordingly you have to use \n to break the line. I hope it's clear to you. It's a very simple program, means how can you simply print a simple message to the user on the output screen. So this is the basic concepts, this is the basic programs of C++ programming, but in a future video I will explain about how can we perform the mathematical operations and all that. So I hope it's clear to you, and in the next video I will show much more about the C++ programming. So thank you so much guys for your time. Thank you so much.